Hi everybody, welcome to kdmoonchild's world. This is Katie and we're here today to see what we can find in the cards for some solutions. What a strange week. I think we all kind of got suckered in and got a little too excited at front, and I don't know about you, but I'm kind of kicking back and shutting up and waiting and watching to see what happens. Anyway, good morning, it's Saturday. Who cares? It's Saturday. Think about you. Think about focusing on you. Today, as we wander down this spiritual walk with this card reading, we're going to find out where we are, where we want to be, the map on how to get where we want to be, to find out also what chakras are blocked, what's blocking us from getting where we want to be, how to fix them, how to fix them. Then we will pull a card from, as a message from the earth, from our Mother Gaia, and a message, just a general message from Spirit as we go about our week. And just before we leave, I'll pull a Therapet's card for us. That is an empowering card, a card that always really lets you know for sure what you're thinking about yourself. Most of the time, you're being too harsh. So, anyway, I digress. This is for entertainment purposes only. So let's get started. We're going to find out our current situation. This is the Mystical Shaman deck by Colette Baron Reed. What do we need to know about our current situation? Please tell us, Spirit. What do we need to know? Please tell us. Oh. I'm tired. It's been quite a week. I missed a lot of sleep between the new moon and fluctuations in energy. Wow, all the planets and Saturn and Pluto and Aries and I'm just Pisces, and then now it's going back retrograde. Anyway, I can't keep up with it all. So, I'm not an astrologer, obviously, huh? Anyway, let's see. Cards. What do we need to know, please? Let's take this card, since it's the only one sticking out like that. Oh, what a beautiful card. I see in this card, well, number one, this is our beginning. This is our potential, and this is our opportunity. And we're seeing it. We're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Yet at the same time, a part of seeing the future is like we're standing on the past. We don't really understand, but just a portion of the past. Look at all this past, and grab my chopstick. Look at all this past that we have that's still covering us. We still got to work through. We've only been seeing just this little bit here that we've worked out. It's gone. It's gone because we released it. I don't know, this is the first new moon that I can remember in forever where it really literally snuck in on me. Completely snuck in on me. So usually it's a build-up. I feel it all the way, but not this time. I think it is because the energy of all the planets has been everywhere. It's like our heart's been turned upside down. Oh, we've been trying to find the ancient ones, the foundation of our past to stand on. But the more that we look at the past, the more we see where what we were taught as history, just scientifically is not capable of happening. So without that foundation, how do we turn to the ancient ones? See what I mean? So we're being told to look and talk to our ancestors. But the ancestors' world is so different compared to the one we are becoming a part of. They worked really, really hard to get us to this point. Both in the positive and the negative. It's up to us now to stand on our own. Ooh. It's up to us now to stand on our own 2 feet and to figure it out ourselves, just like they had to do. They're here for us to call upon for strength, but they're not going to give us the answers, because the answers for our situation is completely different than theirs. Wow. Interesting. Let's see what our goals are. Where do we want to be? This is the Shaman's Dream deck, also by Colette Baron Reed. Let's see where we want to be. You know, I can tell you, I have been focused, because I've been kind of in a fog. I have been very focused on just staying inside my own head and doing things that are creative. And as I'm doing that, I'm discovering creative experiments I want to try and new things I want to learn. I'm an artisan. I used to call myself an arts and crafts person. No, I am definitely an artist. I'm a painter. But I'm also definitely a crafts person. So that's an artisan. I can start a project from drawing it at the beginning to making it into the 3D handmade item at the end. And we're talking clay, whatever. So I am excited about my creative new things that are going to be coming to this channel. And I would like you to join me. So if you would like this reading, I'd be very grateful if you would subscribe and click that bell so that you can come back every time there's a notification sent out that I'm here or that I posted a video. I also do 2 live streams a week. So if you're just here looking, I welcome you. And if you're just here lurking, I love you. I love my lurkers. You just watch and maybe you'll get something. That's the whole reason for being here. So thank you. YouTube is the one who wants you to subscribe to me. Of course I want you to subscribe. I want you to come back because I'd like to get to know you. But in the meantime, welcome. What is our goal this week? Oh, yes. Reconciliations. Put this down so it's a little more in focus for you. This is the wailing tree. The wailing tree. Yeah, there's another goal for us too here. There's a second card. I looked at the bottom and Spirit patted me on the back. I'm like, okay. Anyway, let me tell you about this card. this card right here, the wailing tree, we're hungry for reconciliation. I think everybody on both sides is really tired of fighting. Because the common comments about divorcing the country, letting each state be its own country. I was like, what? And then now all of a sudden they're all in charge of all the states. You can't do this justice thing here and you can't do that. Confuses me. Confuses me. I don't know about you. And that's the whole point. Keep the electorate confused. Keep it foggy. Yeah. So it's actually becoming more like smoke and mirrors. And their smoke is also their mirror, just like our smoke is also our mirror. So please keep that in mind, that as they blow smoke at the mirror, it's coming right back on them, not on us. It's a mirror, not an open window. So the wailing tree is telling us, yeah, keep your fire, keep your passion. Change is here. Don't quit just as we're getting going. Just as the things are starting to work out. It's hard, I know. And the energy with the planets is all a part of it. It's hard on your body. It's hard on your psyche. It's because you physically are changing. There are concepts that say, with this shift, we are actually changing our DNA. So that is where we want to be. We want to have the reconciliations. We want all of us to have the prosperity and the passion in our life. The other thing that we're all wanting and striving for and working very, very hard for is inspiration. So that's our other goal. We want to be able to be enjoying our joyful muse. Don't have to paint. You don't have to paint paintings. You don't have to play the Stradivarius. Heck, paint a Stradivarius in bright, bold colors as you see the music. Find that joyful muse, your inspiration. That's what we want to be able to focus on. Once we find that, hanging on to it and enjoying it. That's the goal. We don't want to be all tied up back here in the past, trying to work out what worked and what didn't work and why didn't it work from history. Now, yes, we do need to look at history in those eyes, but we don't need to focus on that. Focus. We want to be where we can focus on now. You can't be creative until you dive in and start putting the paint on a canvas. You don't learn when you're mixing colors. What colors do you mix together that make mud? If you put green and red or orange, you mix those colors together, you'll have a lovely shade of brown. But if you're wanting brown, those are nice colors to mix together. It's a perspection and a perspective in our minds. So, how do we get from being so focused on the past and what we had? It's gone. You can never regain the past because it's in the past. You were different then. You've changed. That past changed you into who you are now. So even if you could time travel and go back in the past, it would be completely different than what you remembered. That's one for you to think on for a few. Let's find out roadmap how to get from focusing on the past to then finding our joyful muse and inspiration in this shift with a passion. You also notice the cat card there, the joyful muse. That is, he's even in transition. He's getting butterfly wings around his eyes. Okay, yes, he has spectacles on or glasses on. And I believe they're probably spectacles because there's a chain attached over here. Do you think that cat's saying, "Oh, I can't see, so I could never paint something"? Look at that pretty violin. And look at the paint that's spilled. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If you're in a space where you can find your muse and your inspiration, what you spill is the best part. As someone who is a painter, some of my favorite things to do is take my acrylic, where I put all my colors out on my acrylic pad, and they'll be mostly gone by the end of the day that I'm painting. And so to just, rather than try to save the little bits that are left, I'll take paper, put it on top of it, and roll it out flat, like with a brayer, or just with my hand, just press it out and then pull it back up. If you just do your hand, you can do multiple, and they're different. They make a print every time that is beautiful, of just a smushed arrangement of your colors that you've used and the colors that you've made as you were painting. That's the perfect way to end of day, or maybe you've been painting on something that has a lot of detail and you're trying to make it as photographically accurate as possible, and you want to release that so you can really, really relax. Make a mono print. That's what those are called. But anyway, that's kind of what that violin reminds me of. So, okay, Spirit. We're looking at the Enchanted Map Deck by Colette Baron Reid. Yes, all three of these are by the same person. She has different collaborators with each one of these, and yeah, these decks just really work well together. I have a fourth one as well, so, that I don't always use, but it's a wisdom kind of card. Sometimes we don't need wisdom, we already have it. We just need to know how to access it. I apologize if you hear the jets in the background. A10s are kind of active today. They have been a couple weeks now. Makes me wonder what's going on. Why? Hey, I live in a city that has a lot of jets. So, what do we want? We need this map. We need to be able to find this reconciliation and inspiration and a joyful muse. So we are a part, so we can become a part of the wailing tree and not just under it, be in it. Like the wailing tree is a part of flow. Okay. Wow. Wow. I have to say a magical prayer. Oh my gosh. This card shows all the colors of the rainbow, because it's all about everything: healing, passion, fire, darkness, confusion, transformation. See the butterfly wings around her eyes, like the cat down here? See that? Here, in her eyes? There's a illuminated butterfly, like maybe a fairy or even a tiny little angel or a sprite. But it's a light source, a light being here in her hair. As a part of her prayer, she is giving everything up to make that connection. And you can't tell because the color is not so awesome in this camera, but right there where all that white is, actually on the card, is a shade of pink. Oh, stop! I tell you, it does that flashy thing and it drives me crazy. If I can fix there we go. Anyway, it's a pink. Now you can kind of see the pink. She is letting source energy fill her. That is our magical prayer. We have to pray for us, for the world, as this planet and the cosmos, it's all shifting. Everything is changing. Your DNA is actually changing. I know there's some that think that's a silly concept, so I won't go any farther into that. But this card is telling me massive change is coming. And for you to survive it, you will have to be completely wide open in prayer. That's the magical prayer. Once you get wide open, that means your heart, that means you're busting down all those walls you have around your heart to protect it because of past conflicts and maybe past changes that didn't quite go your way. So you're worried about change because of the instability that can come with it. This card is saying massive change is coming. Open your heart, your soul, your mind, and your body to this in prayer. You want to manifest the absolute best existence for everything? That is what we have to do. That is the, pardon me, the ultimate manifestation prayer. You have to pray, first of all, completely open, all fully exposed, no walls, no yabbits. You know, I want this, but eliminate that word from your language. But be wide open as you're praying. Be wide open as you're thinking about what you're wanting. What is that desire that this change is going to bring into you? Or are you just wanting to be open to whatever is coming? I will tell you, if you want to manifest the best, most exciting dreams, make it be the latter. Be wide open to whatever. No plans, no attachments to plans. Just pure joy in existence, in being here, in breathing and knowing you are going to be one of the first generations of this change. This is a powerful time, very powerful time, and you're going to feel like you're a little unstable. And when you feel that way, self-care. And the other thing is when you're feeling that instability kind of feeling, move this up. That's a beautiful card. Move it up into the glare. I'm sorry, but Here, you have to be listening. We get this card often. It's the bottom card. While you're in prayer, all wide open, you have to be listening. You'll find that joyful muse. You don't have to create it. It's there. You just spent most of your time telling yourself, well, I can't draw, I can't paint. Oh, I'd love to play guitar, but I can't do that. Why not? You can't take a class? What, somebody tie your fingers together, or did you grow webs between your fingers? You want to learn how to play the drums? Get a used drum set. Start playing around with records. I'm sorry, records. I'm dating myself. Start playing around with music that you like. But pray. Whether that's when you get up in the morning or at night when you go to bed. We have to pray wide open. And as we're doing that, not only are we visualizing, as we're feeling, as we're hearing, smelling, all of that that you're wanting, that you're praying for, as your magical mirror, as your magical prayer. You have to listen for the response. You have to pay attention to the synergy. And don't go at things like the bull-headed elephant, stomping through the village. Be the quiet, silent vegetarian of the forest, or of the land in the elephant, that listens to the tiniest birds singing in its ear. You think that elephant doesn't find joy in that? Sure they do. Absolutely they do. So while you're doing your magical prayer, you gotta listen for the response. Okay? Now obviously we have a chakra blocked. But I'm not gonna go there yet. I actually want a clarifier. That Ancient Ones card needs a clarifier to me. Because for months we've been being told to talk to our ancestors. You want to know? You want to survive? We have to pay attention and talk to our ancestors. And now we're being told it's time to not rely on that. So I don't know about you, but that's confusing to me. I need to clarify. Please. I'm going to use the One World Tarot. I love this deck. Thank you, Lena and Sienna. Just a beautiful deck. Woo! Okay. That card fell out. I mean, this is giving me a feeling about what it's going to be. Ace of Swords. The Sword of Truth. It's not so much that we can't stand on the Ancient Ones. We can't stand on what we've been taught about them and their strength. Okay? It's idealized. All right? Because history is always written by the winner, by the succeeder of it all. So keep that in mind. But I didn't shuffle, so let me shuffle and we'll see what we really get. I shuffled once, and that card was like, let's see what we get. Yeah, this, the Ancient Ones, clarify it, please. Please, clarify this. Two of Cups. We've been being told to access the true ancient ones. See that lion's head at the top of the caduceus? Yeah, medical caduceus. The authority figures in our lives kept us in a sense of somewhat harmony in our place, whatever, by making agreements on how history should be recorded, as opposed to the bitter truth of history. So that as we study history, it is something we can either be proud of or learn from, but not be ashamed of. And even in the reconciliations that happened in the past, say World War II, we reconciled with Germany and Japan. We helped them both rebuild. I mean, after we annihilated them, we helped them both rebuild. And because of that, they're our partners now. So this is why we've been being told to listen to the ancestors. The ancestors are people from our past. They knew that they had to work together, whether they wanted to or not. Whether they agreed with each other or not, they knew they had to find a way. They had to find that reconciliation and partnership to rebuild what had happened after World War II. I'm hearing it as World War II. They had to find partnerships. And sometimes some of those partnerships were, hey, we were a partner with Stalin. So, to win World War II, to stop Hitler. So now we have fascism in both countries, both Russia and the United States, and it's devouring us both. The people of most of the people of the country, the majorities, either one of our countries don't want that. And we don't want to live under a fascist authoritarian rule, especially the people of Russia. Of course, the people of Russia don't know much different. That's all they really had. Since the Romanovs, come on. Like the Romanovs didn't oppress the people. So that's why we've been so focused on the ancestors and the past. We've been looking at past partnerships. What worked and what didn't work, so that we could release the stuff that didn't work and keep the stuff that does work and build on the stuff that does. Okay? So thank you. I don't need to get clarifiers on either one of these two. They're very connected to each other and they make complete sense to me. I don't know about you, but that one was one that was just a little bit, I had a puzzle on it. It was like, why are you telling us now to stay away from the ancestors? Not to stay away, but don't focus so much on them. Because the world is going to be way different than what they had. So we got to figure it out for ourselves at this point. They're the foundation and stability that we can stand on, but they don't have the answers. Not for us. Not anymore. Because we are learning still about their agreements, their conflicts. And some of them we're even finding out we're learning about communities and stuff that existed. Wow. Am I a writer? I'm definitely not a talker. Communities that existed in the past that we didn't even know existed at all. So this new age, this new time, this shift that's here, that's coming, it's building and building and building. Going to illuminate a lot of things that we're going to need to be investigating and exploring, and what an adventure. A whole new world for us. That's exciting and it's scary. Depends on whether you want to keep your comfort shoes on or not. I'm ready. I don't know about you all. I'm ready to see the new. I can be a scribe and a crone of what happened before to make sure that it doesn't happen again while I'm alive. And that's all we really can do. So, Crystal Banner made this lovely deck called the Kaleidodome. Swatches of chakra. Let's see what chakra we've got blocked, because we definitely have one. Okay. Okay, we'll just take this one right here. Yeah, I've been hearing that all week long. A reconciliation, you know where it's going to need to come from? It's going to need to come from your heart chakra. And in specifically in the compassion centers of your heart chakra. Okay? We can't heal. We can't find forgiveness if we don't have compassion. You gotta find compassion for people who are just reacting to their fears. Isn't that kind of what we've been doing? We're all been in the same boat, but we think we're different. It doesn't crack me up, but it shocks me. It surprises me. So anyway, let's see what we can do about fixing our heart chakra. Because that's the center for love and peace, forgiveness, unity, passion, and trust. And we're having issues in the trust centers. Look at all this green. Green, 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 green. There's even green in the ancestors. There's not green in the Wayland Trail. It's all about fire and passion. Balanced heart chakra. You love yourself. You're just loving in general. You love animals. You love the earth. You love plants. And someone does something to you. Yeah, don't worry about it. You're forgiving. You're filled with empathy because you can see, well, oh, you needed that? Okay, here. Why don't you take it? I don't need it that bad. You recognize beautiful things. You recognize all the beauty of spring that we're seeing. And you're hopeful. And you feel connected. But guess what? Our hearts are blocked right now. So they're out of balance. Oh my gosh. No wonder we're having difficulties manifesting that magical prayer. As you look at the magical prayer card again, put that on top of the listening card. There's a lot of green in that card. You can't see her face. There's a lot of green in that card. So there's a lot of healing that happens in this prayer. But you have to be open. You have to have your heart open. To open your heart, the chakra's got to be buzzing and in balance. Because when it's out of balance, you just don't care. You're apathetic. You're unforgiving. You're uncommitted. You're detached. And you're feeling hopeless. Don't go down that hopeless route, please. Last week, our deep dive to stay away from was judgment and being judgmental. This week, it's the feeling hopeless. Don't go there. We want to feel connected, not hopeless. So if that means carrying around big chunks of rose quartz, pink tourmaline, Ruby might be your birthstone. So if you've got a ruby ring or ruby jewelry, put it on. Chrysoprase is another one. I don't have any of that on my table. The pink stones. Now the affirmations that I want you to say, now this is on a 3-6-9 basis. You say it 3 times in the morning, you say them 6 times in the middle of the day, and you say them 9 times at night. So here they are. I'm open to love. I forgive myself. I am wanted and I am loved. I am connected and I love myself. Yes, Spirit just told me that part about I forgive myself. We all have a past, okay? And we all tend to judge ourselves by our past. The biggest blessing about the past is that it is over and it is finished. If you dealt with it, it is finished. If you didn't deal with it, it'll come back up again. So deal with it. But you are not your past. You can change at any point. You are not your past. Remember that, okay? Now let's go to the Earthcraft Oracle and see what messages we have from Gaia. What does Mother Earth have to tell us? And I'll prop up this lovely little green card so we can see it. And keep focused on our heart, please. Push these back out of the way, because we have several more cards to come. Okay. This is the Earthcraft Oracle. And I apologize. I can't remember who it's by, but there is a link in the description if you're interested in looking at it to purchase. Woo! That card just went flying. I'm dropping cards all over the place today. Oh. And I think I'm going to keep it. This is tornado season. Wild winds. This card is about winds of change that are coming, and they come every year in the spring. Tornado season, y'all. April. Are you ready? And then as we go through summer and summer comes to an end, we have hurricanes. The big winds are coming, and they always bring change. And they may hit this year in areas they normally are not known to hit hard. At least the wind part. So, Gaia's telling us, pay attention. Pay attention. There's winds of change coming. Whatever they bring, are you ready for that? It's all a part of her balancing out. Yeah, spring is here. See all the flowers and the leaves in that card? leaves and the flowers. There's plenty of spirals. The talk of time here. So as the winds of change are coming in, are you ready for them? This card is telling me the spring may be exceptionally busy and active with winds of change. So, be careful. It's not Gaia being angry. It's just a natural balance. The heat brings in these winds. These whirling, swirling, damaging, powerful winds. So keep that also in mind, please. Now, let's see from Kyle Gray, Angels and Ancestors deck. What message do we have in general, please? Interesting reading today. Please, Angels and Ancestors, talk to me. Show me what you want us to know. Please, thank you. Telling us to be the light. Be the white witch. Be the light. Use your wisdom. Be prepared for the transformation and a plenty that's coming. But to do that, you have to be the light. You may consider yourself a spiritual person and not a witch per se. But all a witch is someone who is aware and honors in celebration all things natural. So this is an appropriate card for spring as we come out of the darkness of winter. Angels and the ancestors are wanting us to know we are the light. So step into your role. Think about it. Step into your role as a light being. And I looked at the bottom card. Spirit went, yep, yep. Spirit says, yep. So here you go. The best way that you can do this, being the light, is to honor the medicine mother. Honor your inner knowing. You know, down deep inside, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. What is the truth and what is smoke and mirrors. Trust that. Trust that, my dears. My wonderful, lovely people. Trust that. You have to trust your inner knowing. And if something doesn't ring true to you, odds are it's not true. And it's not going to be true. So also please keep that in mind as well. Oh my goodness. Power stuff today. Powerful stuff. Let's see what we get for a therapet reading. And I'm going to shuffle the deck since I haven't shuffled it yet today. This is the Therapets deck by Kate Allen. I always close out my shows with this card, or the card from this deck, because it always makes you feel better. Keeps you inspired. These cards are difficult to shuffle, but I manage, you know? Yes, I shuffled them upside down, but that's because they were cupped the other way. Now I'm going to cup them again. Anyway, I'm so glad you guys joined me. This has been a really powerful reading. You know, we got an interesting week again ahead. I want to thank Manic Mouth 420. Thank you so much for joining me Thursday. It was such a good time. You're such a good young man. Thank you. I wish you nothing but the best, and you're always welcome on my channel anytime. Let's get together. Wednesdays, you know, you can come for part of the show, all of the show, whatever you'd like, and let's read cards together. Let's have some fun. Thank you for having the time, taking the time to come and join me, and my subscribers. Okay, I'm just going to take that nice top card right there. Pretty simple message. You're important. You matter. That's it. That's all. Don't second guess yourself. And don't give up, please. Because your hopes and dreams are all a part of our dreams together. It's all a part of this wonderful shift and change that makes this a better world. So, hey, hang tight. Hang in there. Hang in there. We got this. Be kind to yourself. When you get tired, rest. Don't overdo. Don't overpush yourself. Be kind. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to other people. Focus on just breathing and being. And when you hear news that's upsetting to you, understand that it's all a part of the process. It is uncomfortable and maybe a little scary, but it really will not hurt you, devastate you, or destroy your life. I promise you, even if it does make your life hard, it will be so much better on the other side. So keep that in mind. I love you. I thank you so much for being here. Take care, everybody, and I will see you